Good evening. Our service is beginning. I invite you just to sit back, to relax for a moment and let go of the day and wherever you have been and to be present here. And I invite you to just listen to the bell choir as we begin our service tonight. I welcome you here to the Congregational Church in Boothbay Harbor. I'm Todd Weir. I'm the pastor here. And no matter who you are, no matter where you are on life's journey, no matter whom you love or how you identify, or whether you're a believer, a questioner, a questioning believer, or none of the above, you are welcome in this space. If church is a strange space for you, I welcome you to just feel at home. If you're wondering, how am I supposed to act in church? Do I have to be solemn? Can I laugh? Can I cry or clap? Be yourself. do what feels right in this moment, because tonight this is our common space together. We're here to remember those whom we love. We are free to mourn and pour out our grief. We're also free to cry and to laugh and remember and celebrate life. We can even be angry and pour out our questions, and this space is big enough to handle it, whatever you're feeling. So we're here to comfort each other in our common loss and grief. And if it gives you comfort to also sense the spirit of the God of your understanding, then we offer our sacred space to be here. And I'm glad you've come. I'm grateful to Healthy Lincoln County and the 716 Candles Project for pulling together just remarkable events across our county for this time. It's been wonderful to be a part of it. And for the rest of the service, we're just going to follow the program along, and we're going to follow the names and the remembrances. And I just invite you to enjoy and share this time together. And I believe Bill Prince is going to start for us.
Thank you, Todd. I'm Bill Prince. My son, Matthew, beloved son, died about a year ago. Matt lived for 38 years of happy and sad times. Matt's mental and physical health was impacted by severe episodic depression that began when he was a young adult and continued until he died from chronic alcoholism causes in March of 2022. Although Matt died a premature death and related to treatment with alcohol, there was a lot more to Matt than that. Matt had many loves, including hiking on trails in Maine, New Hampshire, West Virginia. He also liked cooking, spending time with friends and family, and especially with his cousins. But Matt really loved music. From an early age, he learned to play piano and then trumpet and tuba. The tuba became his favorite instrument in high school and college. His talent became very evident in high school while playing in marching, concert, and jazz bands. He sang in show choir and choral groups at school and continued these music interests at Boston University. Matt loved Broadway tunes, and so there's no better way to honor him, than with a piece from Stephen Sondheim. I now gratefully introduce Liam Kent, accompanied by Jeannie O'Connell at piano, singing "Take Me to the World."
Let me see the world with clouds. Take me to the world, out where I can push through crowds. Take me to the world, a world that smiles with streets instead of arms, where I can walk for miles with you. Take me to the world that's real. Show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel, move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Take me to the world where I can be alive. me see the world that smiles. Take me to the world, somewhere I can walk for miles. Take me to the world with all around things growing in the ground, where birds that make a sound are birds. We shall see the world come true. We shall have the world. I won't be afraid. With you, we shall have the world. I'll hold your hand and know I'm not alone. We shall have the world to keep. Such a lovely world will we. We shall have the world forever. For our own.
Hello, my name is Susan, and I lost my son Damien this past November, so it's very fresh right now for me. I want people to remember Damien for the loving person that he was. He had an amazing soul. He loved nature. He loved just being around his family and his wife. Just want to start with saying that as a little boy, he was just so sweet. And he would spend hours outside digging worms, and they became his friends. He'd keep a little can, and he'd name them. He was so sweet. And he grew up to this amazing young man, amazing athlete. He was a very, very good wrestler. But whatever sports he did, he always achieved everything that he did. He could make anybody laugh. He could bring a room to tears with just the silly things that he would say all the time. He was always there for all of us, and I feel some days that we weren't there enough for him. But he still was a strong individual. He would do kind things like plant sunflowers for his wife so he could just watch her smile when they bloomed. He loved his family so much. He built my new home before he passed, so I have a lot of memories in my house. I want Damien to be remembered as the person that he was, and not from the drugs that took him. I've never been good with speaking. We have a piece I'm going to share that I think Damien would be very happy to hear. And remembering him, it's by Cooper Allen, and it's called Never Not Remember You.
I know you're up in heaven, but damn, it hurts like hell. 'Cause I'd just be pretending if I said anything else. And I know God don't make mistakes, but this sure feels like one. That won't change the facts, that won't bring you back. So I'll cry 'cause it's over, and smile because we had you. Packed a whole lot of living even though it ended all too soon. And in time I'll start healing, but even when I get that feeling, no matter where I go or what I do, I'll never not remember you. Thank God for all the memories and pictures on my phone. They don't fill the empty, but I feel less alone. And I know you're with the angels, right where you belong. 'Cause you were one to us, you left a legacy of love. So I'll cry 'cause it's over, and smile because we had you. Packed a whole lot of living even though it ended all too soon. And in time I'll start healing, but even when I get that feeling, no matter where I go or what I do, I'll never not remember you. You lighten up a whole room like that. You made us think, made us feel, made us all laugh. You always giving that shirt off your back. I miss you bad, I miss you bad. So I'll cry 'cause it's over, smile because we had you. Packed a whole lot of living even though it ended all too soon. And in time I'll start healing, but even when I get that feeling, no matter where I go or what I do, I'll never not remember you. Oh, I promise you, I'll never not remember you.
Well, I'm not going to cry. At least I'm going to try not to cry. Sarah, she was complexity. Complexity surrounded her, a crazy mixture. Daughter, sister, auntie, friend, and so much more. Much like an Arctic squirrel, offspring of the infamous Dairy Queen blizzard. A sweet, sugary, sometimes crunchy, soft, cold confection of perfection, bringing delight to the taste buds. Oh, she loved those sugary confections. A moment on the lips, forever on the hips, she'd quip. But life's short, so let's enjoy these moments. Salute, she'd call as we'd raise our cups toward the summer sky, eating ice cream together, sitting on benches facing the Kennebec, we sometimes saw a sturgeon as he leapt out of the water. What was indeed a special sight was hearing a bald eagle's high-pitched call from high above us. We'd watch wondrously as it swooped downward, then rise from the water with a huge fish in its talons, water dripping and cascading from its body back to its source, the river. Sarah would exclaim, "We're so lucky to live close to the water." Lucky indeed. Our children truly are a blessing, and it feels so good to be here tonight to recall smiles and laughter, relishing those simple moments together, eating ice cream, embracing the natural world, but even more importantly, each other. Sarah may have lost her way, but she still filled our life with loving moments, laughter, and joy. We'll love her, always and forever. So tonight, I want to introduce Sarah Crosby. She's going to sing Creation's Daughter. It's written by Nako Bear. And Sarah would play this song over and over again until I would tell her, "Please turn that off."
All right. One of the least easiest things to do is sing in front of a room of people that are crying and grieving and sad, and I'm going to do my best. Do not hold it against me. I have seen faces gathering in the desert, not to find God or find an answer. Stop it, you guys need to pull yourself together. I can feel it coming at me. Just to be a part of possibilities. Oh, thousands of bodies creating energy. Well, out here there's certainly alien activity. But where is here? Are we separate from reality? Or said maybe we've landed on the moon. Oh, I hope I don't leave anytime soon. La da 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 da, la da. I work those hills in the wild, wild west, and there I found gold and knowledge and respect. But none of this brings you back. A wonder, I must respect that. Oh, I follow the rooster to the mouth of the portal. I am an ox and I'm tired of these mortals. Cleansing in the coastal waters, I fell in love with a daughter of creation. And how I lost her is another story to tell. La da 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 dum. La da 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 dum.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Louise. I was doing fine until I saw my daughter's picture up there. My daughter's name is Jessica. She was and is more than a statistic. She was warm, kind, and sweet. She was funny. She was witty and everyone's best friend. She was giving and generous to a fault. She used to make Christmas cards for all her friends. It'd be like 50 to 100 cards she'd send out every Christmas, and sometimes it was the only card somebody got. And they used to tell me that. I only got one card every year, and that was from Jess. She used to make little muddy buddies and package them up in a little Santa sack and deliver them to her friends. She used to buy them gifts with my money, but it was okay. When she was born, the nurses brought her in, and I remember them saying, "She's a little ball of fire." And that she was. She stood up for the underdog. She was fearless. The first day of kindergarten, I remember I got a call from the school. It said, Jessica's in timeout. She was sitting on the front steps. I said, "What happened?" She says, "Well, she was sticking up for her friend, and she took out a third grader." And I said, "That's my girl." And I mean, another time on the bus, she was just always stepped in and helped those that were being made fun of. She was really sweet, and people were making fun of this girl on the bus, and the bus driver told me that Jess stood up and said, "Pick on me and see what happens. You know, you leave her alone." And that girl gave her a big hug when she got off the bus. She loved music, and she had a beautiful voice. She sang at her brother Colby's wedding and her stepsister Holly's wedding. She used to go to she's there right now, actually, at one of those musical festivals she used to go to. She used to wear that little cap. And there was a band playing called The Brew, and they'd always invite her up on stage to sing a song with them, and she just loved that. She was everything to me, her family and her friends, her fiancé, Matt, who passed a few months before her, accidental overdose. I'm going to end with what I used to say to her every night from the time she was little to the time of her death. We said, "Kiss, nuzzle, hug. I love you more than more." And then she'd say, "I love you, infinity, Google Plus. Until we fly together again, Jessica, I love you more than more." And I picked out the song "Heel Over" by KT Tunstall because she used to sing it. And it just reminds me of her. And it's sung by Paul Mellon. Did I say that right?
Isn't very difficult to see why you are the way you are. Doesn't take a genius to see that life is hard sometimes. Come on over here, baby. Let me wipe your tears away. Come a little nearer, baby. 'Cause you heal over someday. I don't want to hear you tell yourself that these feelings are in the past. You know it doesn't mean
they're off the shelf, because pain is built to last. Everybody sails alone, oh, but we can travel side by side. Even if you fail, you know that no one really minds. Come on over here, lady, and let me wipe away your tears. Do you realize this day love is built to last? Don't hold on, but don't let go. I know it's hard. It's so hard, you gotta trust yourself. Hold on, yeah. Over here, lady, let me wipe away your tears. Come a little closer, lady. It's gonna heal over, heal over, heal over someday. Thank you. Bless you. Sorry, let's see.
We went out in little boats and built lives out of something very unpredictable. There were no guarantees, and I think this allowed us to handle the unpredictable. But it also built in us the desire to take risks. We seek the edge, shipmates, naturally. It's in our souls, and we celebrate those with the courage and the willfulness to take us there, to show us what image lies beyond. It is the image of the great ungraspable phantom of life, and that is the key to it all. Those are the words of a Gloucester fisherman combined with my own that I incorporated in a play inspired by my brother Kevin called If Colorado Had an Ocean. My brother Kevin was a risk taker. There's no greater risk one can take than to follow your dreams. It takes courage and imagination. I learned that from Kevin. His dream was to be a commercial fisherman, a highliner. And he achieved that dream, traveling from the small inland south central Massachusetts town we grew up in to the ocean. Unfortunately, his life was cut short by the intrusion of addiction. But his spirit lives on, and his inspiration still burns in me and my work as a playwright, a dream that he always encouraged and supported, while many others remained skeptical, even when I was writing about him. I love you, Kevin, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for understanding and encouraging me. I can only hope that my work and my voice help shed some light and understanding about all the beautiful souls who have been lost to opiate addiction and the struggles that their sensitivity led them to. This world is a beautiful but difficult place for many. And I wrote the words to the video passage montage that I will be sharing as a journal entry while I was living with Kevin in Gloucester, Massachusetts, trying to imagine a better, more poetic, peaceful place for him.
John paused, almost imperceptibly. His mind was in Colorado.
Whenever I start thinking clearly, really clearly, I think of Colorado.
As he spoke, a mountain range, a tree line, a winding road, and other images of Colorado became vivid before his eyes. John's description of Colorado had elevated Tom's spirits, and moments ago begun to inspire a collage of spontaneous images and thoughts. Before and within Tom, like a wonderful kaleidoscope of constantly changing focus, a picture began to evolve, at the center of which remained John's description. But it was the ocean, spanning full and swelling before his view. Tom sat motionless and looked out upon the ocean in his mind. He pondered its great contrasts of air and water, stillness and motion, as he watched the ships and boats leave and return to the shore. He followed one boat, the working trawler named the Northern Star, over the horizon and watched it disappear. He imagined himself on the deck of that boat, a commercial fisherman, a highliner, as he had done 1,000 times before. The steady metallic hum of the propellers, the rhythmic ascent and descent of the boat upon the waves. And then he was no longer aware of the rhythms and motions of the sea, nor the mechanical workings of the trawl. Only the distant shore, vaguely discernible upon the increasingly distant horizon, remained real and perceptible. What was at first an incredibly irregular and intricate line had straightened and softened until now it was only a blur of earth and color, contrasted against the emerald sea and deep blue sky. And then finally, it wasn't even that. A strange feeling of deep peacefulness had overcome and settled upon Tom. And paradoxically, he began to feel an excited and ancient urgency, as if one feeling had generated the other. He recalled and focused upon John's earlier perception of clarity and simplicity, and his anxiety heightened. Without thought or preparation, he felt his voice rising inside him. Tom listened to and seemed to watch his words, one by one, as they flew from him together and posed a question.
You know,
Tom said. And he watched his words as if they were a flock of gulls, which might linger above the wake of the boat forever.
if Colorado had an ocean,
Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Bailey. Most of you have heard the story I've told about my son, Matthew, but you don't know the person he truly was. When he was born on November 18th, 1991, and he was a beautiful baby, always smiling, joyful, happy. People just fell in love with him. He was often called the Gerber baby. He was just so cute. We had many cherished moments through his childhood, and when he got older, he became very interested in arts. He did painting, took painting classes. He loved music. He played many instruments. He played the guitar, the trombone. In seventh and eighth grade, he even played the handbells for the school and for different events. So when the bells were playing, I could almost picture him standing there with them while they were playing. He was kind, caring, loving, very sensitive. He had compassion for others who either were bullied. He would stick up for them. He worked with kids in school that had disabilities. He had a gift for that, and he was told that in school that he should go on to work with those who, because there were not many that could work with people with different disabilities. He even at prom danced with a girl with cerebral palsy in her wheelchair. He made me proud every single day of my life. He loved fishing and water sports. He was a jokester, always playing pranks on everybody and laughing. That was a joy that he found in life. He always brought animals home, rescuing them. He loved them. We had every animal you could think of. I still have his chinchilla. That's 11 years old. Just very caring for everything and everybody. Him being me being his mom, I believe, was necessary. He taught me to be who I am today. Patience, compassion, love for other people, and it still continues after he died. I stand up for others and kind of fulfill his legacy. I guess that's all I can say. Love you to forever, Matt, to heaven and back.
Your wish, all of the last, your grand, stay in my heart, stay in my mind for all of time. Bridges burn, but I've seen the worst, and I'm sure I'll be alright. I'm doing just fine, only for a time. Where do I go from here? No, I'm lonely, but have no fear, 'cause I'll be seeing you Wherever I go, and I'll be with you, be with you, wherever I go.
You know, and most of this here, you know, I find in pain brings purpose, you know, seeing everybody here that's been so touched and affected by this because it crosses everywhere, you know, and my Stevie was so big, you know, he took up space wherever he went, you know, and he used to push me through with music and you know, sorry, it was a little, yeah, I can see you all now. He was just so big. He took up so much space, and no matter where he went, you know, that laugh and those eyes, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to go into the school for him. You know, when he did great, he did great. When he did bad, he did so bad. Do you know what he did? Oh, I could only imagine. I had 4 boys, and each one are so different. And Stevie just, you know, he had that laugh and that, you know, I'd be so mad at him and he'd smile at me with that face, you know, you with the face, he's tell him, you know. And it's my boy. He just, why? I thought you're mad, Mom. Why are you smiling? What do you mean? You know. But music was one of the ways that we really connected, and you know, we used to go driving and listen to all these songs, and you know, I'm a singer, so he'd make sure my outfits were good because for the younger people, you know, I had to be on fleek. I don't know, but I know some of you were there earlier today. I'm gonna sing "Rise Up" by Andra Day. It's a song I heard a few months after my son passed. I was just stuck in bed, and I heard the song, and it made me cry my face off and go wash my face. And you know, my good friend Sarah here, me and her, you know, I got a gun. We can put him in a house somewhere. You know, we fought so hard, and our fight's not over. You know, we're still here. We're still their voices, and we're still going to keep spreading that message to everybody, you know, for that warning, you know, whether it's these kids, you know, don't touch it. Just don't touch it, you know, because they all think it can't happen, but it can. And we got to make sure that these kids know that, you know, it can happen. Let's stop. So with that, Violet, you're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you. We gonna walk it out and move mountains. We gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up,
like the waves, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains, bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. Yeah, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we will rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. Thank you. May we always find that hope.
Normally, I would prepare something to speak. And so I've said a little thing that I used to say years ago to myself. May the meditations and the words be pleasing to my higher power. And rather than come in here with something put together. And I was warned before, or told before I started today, that this isn't about me, but what I want to do is relate a message that years ago we were all told, once you're an addict, always you're an addict, and you will die an addict. And this is about hope. And this is about compassion. And the nice thing today is to see this whole community pulling together. because addiction, at least in my experience, I'm a person in long-term recovery, decades of it, is a condition of spiritual isolation and social isolation, a lack of belonging, a lack of community. I prepared a video montage or whatever, as Peter referred to it as, and of all the people that I've known, and there's so many people. I experienced my first SUD-related mortality when I was 14 years of age, and so I've literally lost hundreds of people. Witness them. Some family, some extremely close friends, and some just friends, etc. over the years. And so I put together a slideshow, and I picked this music behind it that it's called Rosti, and it comes from the Bosnian War. And I equated it to some of the genocide, which I won't go into. But the bottom line is it means truth, it means veracity, it means liberation. And so I put this as a background music to this. And thank you all. It's so wonderful to see the community finally coming out of the shadows and coming together and to acknowledge what's here rather than living with the shame and in isolation. Thank you.
I'm only going to go slightly off script and it won't take much time, but I feel like we need just something to be together for a moment. And I just want to invite you, one of the things we often do in church is we just pass the peace to one another. And I just want to invite you to just stand together and just take a minute. And it's very simple. You just go up to people and you can either, if you're not a handshaker, you can just say, peace be with you. You can hug, shake hands, but just pass the peace with those around you for a minute. Peace to all of you, and I invite you just to be seated for the closing. My heart's just very filled with gratitude. And I thank you for your stories and for your tears and all of your music and for all of the work behind the scenes and to Healthy Lincoln County and the 716 Candles Project for just pulling this together, not just here, but earlier in Booth Bay, and this whole event throughout our county has just been a major step forward for this community, and I'm proud to be a part of this community and all of it. Healthy Lincoln County brought some refreshments, and they are back in the Commons area. And so I invite you, if you just want to hang around for a few minutes, greet each other, say hello, thank each other, hug each other, whatever. We've got the space and a little bit of food, and I welcome you to that. And we'll conclude. I'm going to give you a blessing, and then the bell choir will close us out. And so for the blessing, help me out here. We all get to participate. And what I'd like you to do is bring your hands together and rub them. And what I want you to do is create a lot of heat and a lot of warmth and a lot of energy. We're getting a lot of energy going in the room. And when you're ready, just hold them out to each other. And you feel that? As your hands tingle in the energy and we share this. Blessed are you who are grieving, because you will be comforted. Blessed are you who are tired, for you will receive rest. Blessed are you who feel weak, for you shall find strength. Blessed are you who persist. You will make a difference even if you don't always see it or know it. Blessed are you who are spreading kindness and working for justice. You are children of the Creator. So I send you all out from this place. Be a blessing. Practice peace. Lead with love. Pray often if that's your thing. And be joyful. Give thanks. Be kind. Have courage. Encourage others. And always be the light. Thank you. Amen. Go in peace.